everyone. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for answering. So I just wanted to thank you all for coming tonight and seeing the show that is just all of our hard work since September of all of these students. It means a lot to us that you would come out to see all of this. As you know, this is Fashion in the Headlights, this show this year. So it's all about trend forecasting, which is a career in fashion that all of us are studying that we could actually do here at Northwood. And we're getting hands-on experience that's just amazing. And it also has automotive that has come in for us, which is huge here at Northwood. And we're just showing how fashion students are involved in that also. So I thank you all for coming to see it. And we are going to start with a keynote speaker tonight. So Marjorie Krefsky-Dozie is here with us. She is from Productions Plus, the owner and CEO. And she's just going to take some time to come out and speak with us. Thank you. I'll let you get up first.
Thank you so much. May we have a round of applause for my escort, Zach Rizzo. The show must have a couple good-looking men in it. I always think of that. Good evening, Paige. How are you?
Good evening. I'm great. How are you?
I'm very thrilled and honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much for coming out tonight. So we do have a few questions for you.
Okay.
The first one, of course, would be, why is our theme, Fashion in the Headlights, a good fit for you and your company?
Well, the name of my company is Productions Plus, the Talent Shop, which I founded in 1981. And the major thing that we do in business is we work with automotive OEMs, and we provide product specialists, and we do wardrobe. What you are going to see right now is a mini fashion show, not of fashions, but these are automotive fashions. These fashions either stood beside a car or could have stood beside a vehicle at an auto show or an event. This one is from 1980. It stood beside the Cadillac Seville. For those of you who are automotive buffs and Cadillac-esque, this copper color was the color of the 1980 Cadillac Seville. The inside of this concept car was black leather, so that's why the sparkle and the glitter and the black. Next, 1970s. This dress stood beside the 1973 Lincoln Continental Mark III. This dress is very interesting because it is a shirt dress. In fashion history, the 1970s was the era of the shirt dress. It was on the cover of Vogue magazine, and of course, it was at the auto shows. So these are two pieces of fashion history. So when you ask me the question, Paige, why Fashion in the Headlights? Here are exact fashions that were in the headlights of automotive. And we're going to see two others come out also.
Yes, thank you so much for bringing your collection with you also. They're gorgeous.
They are history. They're gorgeous.
They are.
And I have some that someday I think will be in the Smithsonian Institute.
You're probably
the
right
cars
on
are
that.
wonderful, but I like the fashions beside them too. Just remember, the cars can't talk, but the product specialists beside them can, and talk about how wonderful these vehicles are. And it doesn't hurt to have this great connection between cars and people, and that's what my company does.
It's wonderful. It's a great idea, and it's wonderful that you solved that problem as an entrepreneur for the world. I do want to ask you, you mentioned that you have work with automotive OEMs.
Mm-hmm.
You have 18 of them that you work with?
That's right. Each one is different. Each brand is different. Each group of product specialists that handles that account or talks about that account has a different look. An example is our product specialists from Cadillac have a look. Their wardrobe is very upscale or even designer-esque. If we go to a very casual or sporty vehicle, we might have them dressed in shorts, vests, checkered shirts. So there is a brand identity that goes with each and every one of our different OEMs. At an audition, sometimes I can see a talent come into the room, and myself or one of the other agents will say, oh, that's a Lexus look, or that's a Chevrolet look, or that's a Ford look, or that's a Toyota look.
That's true talent that you guys can just spot it out.
Well, and
Wonderful.
also we train them. We also can take makeup, fashion, and clothes can also make the woman or make the man. And we do that magic.
That is true. That's wonderful. I wanted to ask also, what other kinds of clients do you work with besides automotive?
Well, we developed the business in automotive, but the business model was so compelling, we also translated it into other things. But let me talk about this dress. 1950s, glamour, crepe satin, and this from the 1950s was part of the Chevrolet Cavalier. That Cavalier was in this very pale color. For those of you who love fashion history, you'll know that during this time, the designers were doing a lot of colors in cars that really attracted women. There was mint green, there was this beautiful pastel blue that you see here. Now, the car was not focused as a glamour car, but yet they decided to put the model beside it in a glamorous ensemble. This is from the 1960s. This wonderful Kelly green dress that went beside the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. And you can see all the work on the belt. This was a stunning dress that really took your breath away when you went into an auto show. There are about 90-some auto shows around the country. My company supplies product specialists to about 73 of them. When I tell people that, they sometimes think, well, I thought the Detroit Auto Show was the only one. No, they're in almost every major city around the United States, bringing great automotive fashions, but also product specialists that know about them, can talk about them, and answer questions about them. And every single product specialist wears a wardrobe that is identifiable with the brand. And you've just seen 4 pieces of fashion history.
They truly are gorgeous, and we thank you so much again for bringing them out to us
You're
and
so
letting us
welcome.
show them.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Marjorie.
And Paige, a big thank you to Northwood. It is a great, great place. It's an incubation place for automotive. So congratulations for being here, and now on with the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shut up and drive, 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 drive. Shut up and drive, drive, drive. I got class like a 57 Cadillac. Head overdrive with a whole lot of boom in the back. You look like you could handle what's under my hood. You keep saying that you will, boy, I wish you would. So if you're feeling, let me know, Come on now, what you waiting for? Shut up and drive, 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 drive. Shut up and drive, drive, drive. That's the man that think got what I got. Get it, don't stop. It's a short shot, and your Ferrari. Oh boy, I'm sorry, I ain't even worried. So step inside. 14 carats, I'm 14 carat. Doing it up like Midas. And you say I got a touch, so good, make you never wanna leave. So don't. Gonna wear that dress you like, skin tight. Do my hair up real nice, and syncopate my skin to your heart beating. Cause I just wanna look good for you, good for you. I just wanna look good for you, good for you. Let me show you how proud I am to be yours. Leave this dress a mess on the floor. Still look good for you, good for you. I'm in my marquee diamonds, I'm a marquee diamond. Could even make that Tiffany jealous. You say I give it to you hard, so bad, make you never
all our times have come here, but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind, the sun, or the rain. We can be like they are. Come on, baby, don't feel the reaper. Baby, take my hand, don't feel the reaper. We'll be able to fly. Don't feel the reaper, baby, I'm your man. La 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 la. La 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 la. Valentine is done here, but now they're gone. Romeo and Juliet are together in eternity. Romeo and Juliet, 40,000 men and women every day. Romeo and Juliet, 40,000 men and women every day.
Motivated in the midst of everything that's going on. How do you build your personal momentum, and how do you get in the zone, right? And I'm glad you asked. Three things, you better catch it. My mother used to say, people love to watch a fire burn, all right? So there's one thing I know about life. One thing I know about life, it's a guarantee, right? Change is inevitable. And listen to me. As much as you like to be in your comfort zone, as much as you like to be stable, as much as you like to control your environment, the reality is everything changes. All right, here's my last one. My last one is Carl, you got three things. You better catch it. My mother used to say, people love to watch a fire burn. All right? So there's one thing I know about life. One thing I know about life, it's a guarantee, right? Change is inevitable.
I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car. He's got a one-hand feel on the steering wheel, the other on my heart. I look around, turn the radio down. He says, baby, is something wrong? I say nothing, I was just thinking but I'm scared of living too fast, too slow. Regret, remorse, hold on. No, I gotta go. There's no starting over, no new beginnings. Time raises on. Just gotta keep on keeping on. Gotta keep on going, looking straight out on the road. Can't worry about what's behind you, what's coming for you further up the road. Try not to hold on to what is gone. I try to do right what is wrong. I try to keep on keeping on. Yeah, I just keep on keeping on. I hear a voice calling out for me. These shackles I made in an attempt to be free. Be it for ease, be it for love. I won't take the easy road.
From the red carpets to the streets, a fashion forecaster's job is to look at what styles will be the next best thing.
Fashion forecasters use magazines, the internet, and social media to stay up to date on future trends.
Sometimes fashion forecasters have to look in their rearview mirror and look at past trends to determine what lies ahead.
From colors to textiles to silhouettes, every detail is taken into consideration.
Trend forecasting goes hand in hand with industries such as beauty, footwear, accessories, and even the automotive industry.
New trends are inspired by current events, advancements in technology, and the ever-changing consumer lifestyle.
For fashion designers, it is important to be knowledgeable of current trends so your brain isn't left in the dust.
Some trends will have a long, winding road, whereas others have a dead end.
It is important for fashion forecasters to understand the difference between a timeless classic or a short-lived obsession.
The forecasting research must be relayed to designers so they can interpret the trends in a way that represents their brand.
Designers get the chance to show off their image of the future through fashion shows.
Fashion means something different to everyone.
To me, fashion is
life,
expression,
your identity,
individuality,
a statement,
eccentric,
extravagante,
timeless,
inspiring, Welcome to the 2018 Northwood University Style Show, Fashion in the Headlights.
It's time to start the weekend starts now. Start the weekend. It's time to start the weekend.
Just let me ride your fantasy. Welcome to my galaxy. Don't stop your beat, don't follow my heat. Your body moving on. Don't stop the beat, the groove is on. Feel the heat, keep moving on. Shake your body till you hit the floor. Fall into my gravity. Just let me ride your fantasy. Welcome to my galaxy. Don't stop your beat, don't follow my.
Follow my, 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 follow my,
Shake your body till you hit the floor. Fall into my gravity. Just let me ride your fantasy. Welcome to my galaxy. Don't stop your beat, don't follow my. Keep your body moving on. Don't stop the beat, the groove is on. Feel the heat, keep moving on. Shake your body till you hit the floor. Fall into my gravity. Just let me ride your fantasies. Welcome to my galaxy. Don't stop your beat, don't follow my.
follow my, 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 follow my.
Shake your body till you hit the Shake 'em, shake 'em, shake 'em, shake 'em.
Hi, my name is Emma Scott. I am the model coordinator and a member of the collections team. I would like to take a second to thank Viper Apparel on behalf of all of the e-board for being so helpful throughout this process. We were able to pick a huge selection of dresses from over 2,000 prom, pageant, and couture dresses that they have in their store. So we are very thankful that Viper has let us take those dresses. We would also like to thank Men's Warehouse for providing us suits for the men that are in this section. Thank you.
So I am here to present the Student Design Awards, sponsored by Alden B. Dow Center for Creativity and Enterprise. So when I call your name, please step forward. Third place goes to Marco. And in second place, Allison. And last, but definitely not least, Marissa and Donnelly. Congrats, you guys. Thank you so much for your hard work and dedication these last months. And that's a wrap.
How was the show, everybody? Thank you all so much again for coming out tonight and taking the time to see all of the hard work we've been putting together since September of this year. We actually just want to take one moment to welcome out our e-board for all of you to meet them and see everyone that put this show together. So I am going to welcome out the vice chairs that I've had a wonderful time working very closely together, and then they are going to introduce their wonderful teams. And we've literally spent just hours and days and weeks together, and this has been wonderful. So I want to quickly welcome out Kevin Nelson, my vice chair of fundraising and finance. Angie Karsama, vice chair of marketing and advertisement. Emily Williams, vice chair of productions. And Angela Shamas, vice chair of styling. Thank you guys, and let's start our teams.
All right, I wanted to give a special shout out to my marketing team for this year, starting off with our advertising head, Allison Robinson. Miles Jones, our digital marketing coordinator. Madison Welch, our public relations chair. And Zoe Baglian, our campus relations chair. Thank you guys for a great year.
The members of the Style Shear team are Alana Weil, collections manager, Haley Kunath, student design manager, and the members of the collections committee are Julia Bori, Rachel Strew, and Isabel Duaud.
So my team's a little smaller. I'd like to start by introducing Sadie Humapau, our fundraising head. Next, I'd like to introduce Marissa Olmeda, our campus outreach.
My team will not be as short, but my team is full of a lot of wonderful ladies. First, I'm going to call Autumn Tomasco, our production head. Next, I would love to call Carson Rutherford, our model co-coordinator. I'd also like to call Emma Scott, our model co-coordinator and a member of the collections committee. I'd like to call Sydney Puff, our beauty chair. And Sarah Rangstrom, our gala and reception chair.
And as an entire e-board, we just want to take the time to thank very special people that have made this entire show happen for us. So we'd really like to thank our presenting sponsor, Graf Chevrolet at Bay City. And of course, Garber Chevrolet of Midland for the wonderful 2018 Corvette right here. Dean Patricia Tim for all of her help this entire year. Of course, our new fashion advisor and professor, Arnab Majumdar. Marjorie Kravinsky and Dozy for and Productions Plus. And of the university, Marjorie Napick, Lisa Mosler, and Trisha Mead for all of their help.
We hope you enjoyed our pop-up shops tonight. A big thanks to Beard Bee and Burkina Bay for being here, as well as Heavenly Lips with Helena Hill, MJ Murphy Beauty College for all their makeup and hair, as well as a special thanks to Dahlia from Viper Prom Apparel for providing amazing dresses for couture, as well as a huge thank to all our local boutiques that provide our great pieces for this show. Thank you all for coming.
I would like to make a special shout out to the Northwood marketing team for guiding me for promoting this event and the other marketing that they assisted me with for this year. So I wanted to give a special shout out to Sarah Holly, Allison Spoloff, Stephanie Osborne, and Mackenzie Castle. I'd also like to thank NUTMB Student News and Ron Roth for making such an awesome promo video. So hopefully you guys heard it the second time around. I would also like to thank FP Horak for making the amazing invitations that brought you guys all here today and the programs. And I'd also like to thank Amy Anderson, Kayla Lippin, and Quick Reliable Printing, as well as Troy Sini for taking pictures here tonight. Thank you, guys.
So as many of you guys know, any and all of the proceeds tonight contribute directly to the Fashion, Marketing, and Management Scholarship Fund. This scholarship continues to allow Northwood students to pursue their career in fashion. This event tonight was made possible by the generosity of individuals, local businesses, and many of Northwood's very own. Let me please start by thanking, it's a little long list, Midland Daily News and Hearst Media Group, Dr. Nancy and Dr. Bill Barker, the Pretty Family, the Spaeth Family, Viper Apparel, Elodie Boutique, and Northwood University founder, Dr. Willis Stauffer, and Chief Gerald Nowicek. Thank you guys so much.
I also have a few people to thank. There are a lot of the people that are sort of behind the scenes with an operation like this. I'd like to start with Northwood security team, because without them, this building would not be secure with all of our very fun clothing in it. I'd also like to thank the physical plant team and the maintenance teams of Northwood University, as they helped us greatly with all setup and all things like that. I'd also like to thank West River for all the amazing lighting, sound, and rigging that we have all around us, as well as our beautiful runway. They are seriously very talented and fantastic. I'd also like to thank DJ Matt in the back there for his sick beats during our show. I'd also like I'd also like to thank Teresa George, who is our Director of Student Life, who helped wrangle up some parents that were willing to let their children model for us. We greatly appreciate it because it was a lot of fun having our little ones with us. I'd also like to just give a quick shout out to all of our student models from Northwood. They're all volunteers and they have put in so much work, and I just want to thank them because I know our team, we couldn't do this without them, and they do a really fantastic job. I'd also like to thank a very special team of Northwood University faculty, which I have nicknamed the facilities team. It's made up of 4 people, and they have met with our productions team right over here and I every Monday at 4 p.m. since September, which has been fantastic and a great way to make sure that this show goes as best as it can. So first I'd like to thank Stephen Smith, who's in charge of facilities and the maintenance and physical plant at Northwood. I'd also like to thank Dale Robbins, who is our IT genius, who said a lot of electrical words that I didn't really know what they meant, but I was like, yeah, that sounds great. I'd also like to thank Ann Brzezinski, who helped with the food for our reception and gala. She is our catering through the NADA Hotel here at Northwood, and she is very, very knowledgeable and helpful when it comes to what sort of napkins and what sort of foods we want. So that was very nice. I'd also very quickly, before I get to our last member, our facilities team, like to thank the Northwood University Hospitality Enterprises, who made all of the food for the reception and gala. So it's like a bunch of very talented hospitality majors here at Northwood who dedicate their time to do catering events like this one. And last but not least, on the facilities team, I would like to thank Carla Spaeth, who is just in charge of pretty much any and everything here at Northwood. She reminds me every day to think of the 5 important W's: who, what, when, where, why, and how. All of the important things of event planning, and she is never afraid to tell me, hey, you need to do this. And then I'm like, you sure are right, I forgot about that. She's been a very great mentor to me through this whole process, and I couldn't be more thankful for everybody that had a hand in this show.
I also want to thank Northwood University Advancement and Ashley Summers for helping us along the way in the fundraising process. I really couldn't have done it without any of them.
And lastly, me. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Northwood University, for letting us use this space. It's been a great journey for all the executive board. They have been meeting every Monday for the last 7 months, working hard, brainstorming, and problem solving. They are industry ready. Thank you for coming, and I'll leave the mic with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Just one more thank you to all of you for coming out. Thanks. Thank you, guys.